Hello, Eric Michael here. I have a bit of a status update. This just in, breaking news. You know, for anyone who is heavily invested in the anaconda, I communed with the anaconda. Breaking news, you know, it's probably not what you expect. Um, After that video, I did venture forth into the grove, and I found what I could only assume was the tunnel to his den. And I followed the tunnel. I don't have any way to calculate distance traveled, you know. I didn't have my phone on me. I left it on the tripod because I knew that the anaconda did not want to be recorded. So I left my phone on a tripod. I ventured into the grove. I found the tunnel entrance to the den. What I assumed was the den. I couldn't have known for sure. But I ventured forth into it. And like I said, I do not have any way of calculating the distance traveled. But it was far. It spiraled down into the earth. Down. I'm very claustrophobic. I don't like tight spaces. But I knew that the anaconda said, "I will show you." And I didn't know what he wanted to show me, but he said, "I will show you." So I said, "Okay, just trust the process," And I ventured and I was scared out of my wits, because it was so claustrophobic. It wasn't like a mine shaft. We're talking an anaconda tunnel. Anacondas, it would be like me tunneling something through the ground. I'm not a very big guy. It wouldn't be a big tunnel. But I ventured, squirming, slithering like a little snake, through the earth, like an earthworm. I was like an earthworm making my way, Anyway, had to have been at least like 3, 4, 5 stories below the earth, I'm not a I don't, what are the earth scientists called? I discovered an ancient civilization. I'm an archaeologist. But there's a word for scientists of the earth, geologist, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but let's say it was a geologist. I'm not a geologist, but I could only assume that I was either coming up, making my way so far through the crust of the earth that I was getting to what I can only assume would be the mantle. The mantle of the earth is where the den of this anacondas, resided. And the forbidden fruit was not there. There was no forbidden fruit. There was no fruit of knowledge. There was no The crows are, it's dinner time for the crows. I don't know if you can hear it. It's so wonderful. Anyway, there was no fruit of knowledge. There was no carnival. You know, I had high hopes about the carnival. Incorrect. I should not have had such high expectations. You know, lesson learned. When I ventured into the den and it opened to this vast cave system, the anaconda was waiting for me, you know, coiled like this, waiting. His head was like going like this. And he would start speaking telepathically to me. And it was so dark, I couldn't see anything. And I didn't have a light on me or anything. But I remember I had a lighter. I had a lighter for my cigarettes. And the anaconda, I didn't use my lighter yet. I just remembered I had it. The anaconda said, you know, while his head's going like this, he said, "This is what I wanted to show you." Telepathically, he said that to me. And I said, "What?" And he said, "Look around." And I took out my lighter and I lit. Took a couple tries, you know. Finally the flame went on, and all these silhouettes were casted of skeletons. It was terrifying. It was like a haunted movie. It was like a horror movie. It was like the catacombs. I felt like I was in the catacombs of France when I lit all these skeletons. The silhouettes were against the cave walls, and the anaconda was like, "Do you see?" And I was like, "Yes." So this mystical creature was in fact a man-eating anaconda. But like I said, he was not trying to eat me. And I looked around there. I'm talking hundreds of skeletons. So many skeletons. And they were wearing, like, some of them still had their clothes on. Because the acid, the man-eating anaconda's acid digested all these people. And then he spit them out. And all these skeletons were hanging around, and some of them still had their clothes on, you know, in their like work boots and their cut off jean shorts and their wife beaters with mustard stains. There was mustard on the wife beater. And I said, "Why did you want to show me this?" And the anaconda, you know, we went like this. And he said, this is what happens to the people that come here and act like litter bugs. And I said, "Oh my God." And then I moved the flame closer to these bodies. And I saw thousands of Budweiser cans. Just thousands of Budweiser cans. And the anaconda's like, all the fucking white trash idiots that come here and throw their Budweiser cans in the bushes, in the sagebrush, I eat them. And I digest them with my acid. And then I spit them out and I hang them up as trophies. All these people, all the hundreds of skeletons, these are all people that came here with their Budweiser cans and their Coors Light cans and their PBR cans and all these cans. Rolling Rock. They were Rolling Rock bottles. I know because I saw them, and I distinctly could tell that they were Rolling Rock because I hate Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock tastes like piss. It literally, whoever's at the factory making Rolling Rock, they're pissing in all of the beer. I know that. Anyway, the Anaconda said he collects these trophies, these skeleton trophies of these people who come here and they throw their cheap beer, they're litter bugs. And he said, I don't just get the people that come with their Budweiser cans and throw them in the bush. I eat everyone that litters. Everyone. And then I recycle. I've been collecting all these Budweiser cans and Coors Light cans and Coors Banquet and Rolling Rock bottles and PBR cans and all these cans. I once a year I take them to the recycling. And I said, what, pray tell, do you buy with the... There's like thousands of dollars worth of recycling down here. And he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me what he bought. You know, I have half a mind to think that he just collects those things. You know, the Budweiser cans and the Coors Light cans and all that. But he told me, I know what you're doing. He said, I know what you're doing up there. Telling a beautiful story. I respect it. That's why I came to you. I wanted to show you. I came to you that night because I wanted you to come down into my den. I wanted you to come down below the crust of the earth, into the mantle of the earth. Because I needed you to see. I needed you to see my trophies. I needed you to see my trophies and all my recycling that I gather. Because I need you to go back up to the surface. I need you to go back up, and I need you to make another video. And I need you to tell the people on the surface in your little... Do you see all the gnats? I need you to go up to the surface, and I need you to make another video, and I need you to tell all the people that are watching, whether it be 5 people, 100 people, trillion people, it doesn't matter how many people, whoever's watching your videos, I need you to tell them that if they come here and they drop one bit of trash, one little litter, I will eat them. I will eat them. I will open my jaw. I will start with their head. And I will suck their entire body into my body. And I will digest them with my stomach acid. And they will die a horrific death. If they even drop one piece of trash here at the lake, I will eat them. And I said, okay, Anaconda. A valuable lesson, you know, you bestowed on the people out there. So that's just that's my update, you know. For anyone who is heavily invested in the Anaconda story, that's where it went. Long story short, do not come out here and throw your trash on the ground, because the Anaconda will suck you into its body. He will coil around. He will squeeze you really tight. He will take his head. He will open his jaw abnormally. There's a word for opening your jaw. He will unlock. I don't know what the word is. He will dislocate his jaw. He will dislocate his jaw after wrapping you so tight, and he will start with your head, and he will consume your entire body, and he will dissolve you. You will be nothing. You will be nothing but a skeleton, and you will become a trophy in his cave. If you watch any of my videos, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I want to go out there. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so peaceful and tranquil. I respect that. Come out here. Enjoy it. But be forewarned. If you drop even one piece of trash, that Anaconda, the mystic creature of the night, he will find you. He will slither right next to your head. He will coil. He will lunge. He will wrap you in his long bus bust length of a body. He will squeeze you so tight, all of your bones will break. Every single one of your bones will snap. You will feel it all. You will feel everything. It will be pain you can't even imagine. And then once all of your bones are broken, he will dislocate his jaw. He will start with your head. And you will die a slow, suffocating death while you are melting. It will be like jumping into a vat of lava. That's what it'll feel like, because his stomach acids are so strong. And then you will be spit out, and you will be hung on the cave wall, and you will be a trophy. Just don't come out here and litter, and that you don't have to worry about that. Come out here and respect the land, and the anaconda will not bother you. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted me to relay. Anyway, I think I'm not gonna make dinner because I just had licorice, but I don't know what else to do. Guess go for a brisk walk. I don't know. I cannot express it enough that I fear for the lives of the people that may come out here. Do not litter. Do not be a litter bug. Do not even come out here with Budweiser, Coors Light, PBR. I made that mistake. But I did not litter. Just play it safe. Respect the land. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really grateful that I was able to commune, with the anaconda. He invited me into his home. We actually had a great conversation afterwards. He made some tea. Really interesting fella, I don't need to go into detail about what we talked about because it's mystic, it's mysterious, it's cryptic. It's a conversation for you and the anaconda. If you come out here and you respect the land, you wish upon a star so bright, the anaconda comes to you. He says, come to my home. He speaks to you telepathically. You go into the den. You cannot be, even if you are claustrophobic, you must face your fears. You must slither down below the earth's crust into the mantle, find the cave, use a lighter, see the skeletons. He will relay the same message. And then only once all of those things have occurred, he will invite you for tea. And you will learn secrets. You will learn secrets unbeknownst to the many. Secrets you can't even fathom. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys later.